Good morning, everybody. This is our first official integrity devotion of the school year. I know we were a little bit late getting that started, but we've talked about this already in chapel and a few other places along the way. But at Bethel Christian Academy, we are looking to be students of integrity who love God and love others. So every Tuesday morning, we are going to talk about one of those aspects, whether it be what integrity means and how we can be a student of integrity, or whether that means how do we show that we love God or how do we love others. So today we're going to talk about integrity. And as you know, to have integrity means to make right choices, whether with friends or alone. And Jesus demonstrated right choices over and over and over, whether he was in a crowd, whether he was there with just his disciples, whether he was all alone. Just the way he made choices didn't always go with what other people thought that he should, but it was the right choice every single time. So he showed us a lot of great examples of that. And we are called, as Christians, we are called to do those same things, to make those right choices, to be as much like Jesus as we possibly can. And, you know, even when you get to be an old guy like me, that doesn't mean we're perfect. That doesn't mean we're there yet. But every day we need to be working to be a little bit better than we were the day before. We need to be showing integrity. We need to be making right choices. And today we're going to talk about a guy named Paul. And if you know much about the Bible, you know he wrote a lot of the New Testament. He wrote letters to different churches. He started churches. He mentored younger people. But he wrote to a guy named Titus in Titus chapter 2, verse 7 and 8. I'm going to read that for you. It says, "In everything, set them an example by doing what is good. In your teaching, show integrity, seriousness, and soundness of speech that cannot be condemned, so that those who oppose you may be ashamed because they have nothing bad to say about us." Now, that was a challenge to Titus because he was sent to a place called Crete. It's an island in the Mediterranean, and that place was known to be sinful. They were known not to act in integrity, not to live the way that Christians should live. And so Titus was called to set an example in how he should live, to be so without blame that if somebody badmouthed him, other people would be like, no, that doesn't really sound like the guy I know that's named Titus. And that's how we should all be. We should live a life that is just unquestionable because we are known for making right decisions. We're known for treating people the way we want to be treated. We're known for the way that we love God and demonstrate that. One more letter that he wrote was to a guy named Timothy, and Timothy was a young pastor, so he was teaching older people and leading a church at a young age. And Paul wrote to him, and what's really encouraging for us, and specifically you guys as young people, is Paul was telling Timothy that age is not an excuse. Just because you're young doesn't mean that you can't set an example and you can't live with integrity and you can't show these old guys how it should be. 1 Timothy 4:12 is a verse that you may have heard before. It says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." And that is just a challenge. Sometimes kids are like, "Oh, I'm just 12. I'm just 9. I'm a little kid. I don't have to do these things, or I can't be expected to." And I feel like Timothy had some of those thoughts too. But when we have Jesus in our hearts, when we have a desire to live with integrity and live the way that we should, it doesn't matter how old you are. So even if you're in the preschool or the kindergarten class, or maybe the second or third grade, or if you're in our middle school, there are so many ways that you can set an example, not only for your classmates, but maybe even for mom and dad or older brothers and sisters. And so we want to challenge you. And Paul didn't say to Titus and Timothy, "Oh, well, hey, if you do this, it's going to be super easy," right? Because we know that sometimes making the right decision is not easy. Sometimes it's not the popular thing, or sometimes your friends are all thinking one way, and it's not very easy to do the right thing sometimes. But whether it's one or two people with you, whether it's in a whole big group, or whether you're all by yourself and you're just sitting there with your Chromebook in front of you and making a decision on whether or not you're could do something, and maybe nobody will even know. We need to make sure we are working hard to make right choices, whether we're with friends or alone all the time. So as I end this video today, I just want to challenge you. What does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? You know, is it something exciting? Oh yeah, I can do this, and you're ready to go, or is it like, I don't know? Are you nervous? Are you thinking, that might be too hard? I'm not really used to this. You know, and what do you think is the reason that you feel that way? So I'd like you, if you could, in your classes, just for a few minutes, maybe discuss some of these things, and you know, think about what is it that is maybe holding you back from being where you think you need to go. And just want to encourage you, as you have some time, to just pray and ask God to help you get from where you are to where He wants you to be. And that's really all I got for you today. You know, I'm praying for you a lot. I believe in you. I know we got some awesome kids here at BCA, and just want to challenge you that this morning. So that's it, and we'll have another devotion for you next week. Have a great day.